When your operational environment shifts from a routine trek to an unpredictable survival scenario, the distinction between a reliable tool and a liabilities-packed blade becomes immediately clear. Military tactical knives are engineered specifically to eliminate failure points, serving as an unyielding insurance policy when we are forced to navigate close-quarters self-defense or grueling backcountry extraction. To help you select a definitive, hard-use edge that you can trust with your life, we have listed some of the most incredible military tactical knives designed to dominate extreme outdoor survival and high-pressure defense situations. When you need an automatic folder that's actually built for real work, then have a quick look at the Zero Tolerance 512, which is often called ZT512. Right away, the CPM Crewwear steel blade grabs our attention. It's tough, holds an edge beautifully, and is surprisingly easy to sharpen when you need to bring it back to razor-sharp condition. The dark bronze Cerakote finish isn't just for looks. It adds a layer of protection against scratches and corrosion, which we really appreciate if the knife sees heavy daily use. The handle is an interesting mix. Natural canvas micarta on the front for grip, and a dark bronze anodized titanium back that keeps it lightweight yet durable. We like the balance it gives, though we do feel the front micarta can get a little slippery if your hands are wet. The low-profile push-button lock is clever. It prevents accidental deployment, which we feel adds peace of mind, especially in a work setting. At just a bit over 4 ounces, it's light enough for pocket carry but still feels substantial in hand. Overall, this knife feels like a tactical workhorse with real USA-made quality behind it. When you want a knife that's ready for the rough stuff and won't make excuses, the CRKT Sting steps up as a lean tool. Overall length comes in just under 7 inches, with a 3.19-inch blade that keeps the profile compact. The spear point shape makes it a balanced cutter and piercer, good for controlled work. It's made from 1050 steel and finished in a black powder coat, so the metal is simple, tough, and hides wear better than a bright finish. One of the Sting's standout features is the dual cutting edges, and it gives you confidence. And the carry system is practical. It includes a belt loop and ankle attachment, plus ships with a custom nylon-stitched sheath that has a glass-reinforced nylon insert. There's also a clip for belt carry or options to mount it to a pack or boot. You can pocket it or wear it on your belt, depending on how you dress. The only downside is the steel choice. 1050 is easy to sharpen but won't hold an edge like modern stainless steels, so it demands a bit more upkeep if you use it hard. Starting with something unique, and the Civivi Typhoeus does a pretty solid job as a convertible blade, that too, within an affordable price range. It can stay in a compact bit over 2-inch fixed mode for everyday carry, but if you need a bit more reach, you can switch it to a 3-inch push configuration. The blade itself is made from 14 C28N steel, with a flat grind and black stone-washed finish, so it's tough enough to handle regular tasks. And at 57 to 59 HRC, it's hard enough to hold an edge. Plus, the G10 handle feels solid in your hand and keeps a good grip. And at just under 3 ounces, it won't weigh you down if you're carrying it all day. So it's not for heavy chopping or batoning, but it's perfect for slicing rope, opening packages, or doing fine tasks outdoors. Well, most users really like the Civivi Typhoeus for its clever design and solid build, but some wish it had a lock to keep the blade configuration fixed. When drawing it as a push dagger, the handle can sometimes slide back into knife mode, which feels a bit unsafe. Overall, the Typhoeus is one of those knives that just work when you need it in a survival situation. In a high-pressure situation, you need a blade that is reliable and won't let you down, so here the SOG Pentagon XR steps up. A tactical knife which features a 3.66-inch black XHP stainless steel blade that's designed to hold an edge while being durable enough for heavy use. What's interesting about the blade is its dagger grind. The top is mostly unsharpened, but the last quarter inch near the tip is sharp, allowing it to pierce effectively. The handle is made from G10, giving it a secure grip even in wet or slippery conditions. Opening the blade is easy with either the thumb studs or the flipper tab, and the XR lock keeps it firmly in place once deployed. At under 5 ounces, it feels solid but not overly heavy, making it practical for everyday carry in the pocket of a soldier, police officer, or anyone who values tactical reliability. The pocket clip allows tip-up carry and can be set up for right or left-hand use, making it flexible for personal preference. People keep coming back to it for the same reasons: solid build, smooth deployment, and the kind of reliability that earns real trust, especially backed by a lifetime warranty. So, the Pentagon XR makes it a trusted companion for anyone needing a dependable tactical knife. If everyday tactical carry feels like a balancing act, this series was designed to make that easier. So check out the Hogue Sig Sauer K320 series. What's neat about the K320 series is that it gives you a choice. There are both manual and automatic versions. The standard manual, Open K320, and the automatic K320A. They look a bit different at a glance. Different handles, different opening mechanisms, even the little styling cues can be different, but underneath, they're cut from the same cloth. The 3.5-inch drop point blade in CPMS 30V steel offers sharpness, corrosion resistance, and durability suitable for tactical or field tasks. The black Cerakote finish reduces glare and provides extra protection, though it will wear with heavy abrasion over time. The gray polymer handle is lightweight and comfortable, though some may find it slightly smooth when wet, making grip attention necessary in slick conditions. And the flat grind with a hand-honed edge keeps slicing smooth and precise. At 8 inches overall and just over 4 ounces, it balances portability with utility, and the blade thickness of 0.12 inches makes it practical for both daily use and tactical applications. While it's not meant for heavy chopping or batoning, it handles cutting and piercing tasks well. Being USA made, the K320 series brings quality and consistency that's reassuring in a tactical knife, whether you prefer manual or automatic deployment, making it a dependable tool for EDC or operational carry. Now, if you want something small but mighty, then have a look at the Kizer Quartz. Designed by Cornell Kiss, this fixed blade blends tactical practicality with smart engineering. The blade steel is AEB-L stainless, which keeps a solid edge, resists wear, and is still easy to sharpen out in the field. The Tanto profile is what gives it real punch. That strong, reinforced tip makes it perfect for piercing and heavy-duty cuts, jobs that other blade shapes can't handle as well. The overall length of just over 7 inches makes it manageable and easy to carry without losing effectiveness. The G10 handle is simple but effective, grippy, reliable, and comfortable, with or without gloves. Pair that with the Kydex sheath and belt clip, and you've got a knife that rides securely and deploys quickly. Soldiers like the part that it's just a dependable tool that's always ready. With its flat grind, you get consistency across tasks, whether slicing through straps or prepping kindling. The stone-washed gray finish not only looks rugged, but also hides wear and scratches, so it stays looking solid even after hard field use. For anyone who wants fixed blade dependability in a compact size, the Quartz fits right in. Sometimes you just want a knife that looks ready to take on the world. The Tops Knives Operator 7 is exactly that: massive, bold, and built to handle whatever you throw at it. It's more steel slab than blade, and that's part of its charm. And with 0.3-inch thick stock, it's more like carrying a steel slab shaped into a knife. The handle is just as bold. With tan canvas micarta and black G10 layers, it's over an inch thick, filling your hand like an axe handle. That gives better leverage and control, especially during hard chopping or defensive tasks. The blade's recurve edge bites deep into wood and materials, making cutting feel easier. Users say its weight does most of the work, so you don't have to. On top of that, the double guard and solid pommel make it useful for striking and keeping your hand safe in combat situations. It comes with a Kydex sheath and dangler, keeping it secure but still accessible on your gear. The overall vibe is confidence. This is the kind of knife that feels indestructible. Whether it's smashing through survival chores or backing you up in tactical use, the Operator 7 is built like a tank and refuses to quit. Old school looks meet modern muscle with the SOG Tech Bowie. It keeps the iconic shape that made the original famous, but upgrades it with better steel. It keeps the iconic Bowie profile, but updates it with AUS-8 steel and a stone-washed finish. That finish isn't just about looks. It protects against wear and corrosion while giving it a tough tactical vibe. The blade is 0.24 inches thick, with the same grind geometry as the original Bowie. At a bit over 6 inches long, it gives you reach and serious cutting power, plus a faceted tip that's excellent for piercing. Instead of the traditional stacked leather, the handle is Kraton rubber. That's a big upgrade. It's grippy, shock-absorbing, and stays reliable even when wet. Add in the sculpted crossguard, and you've got hand protection plus a secure feel. All the metal components of crossguard, pommel, and blade carry that same stone-washed protection. The sheath is molded nylon with a belt clip, tough and easy to access when needed. Soldiers and outdoor professionals say it bridges old-school military style with modern performance. Basically, it's classic Bowie reliability dressed for the modern battlefield. There's something timeless about a blade with real military history behind it. The Ka-Bar Ek Model 5 carries that legacy, updated for modern combat and utility work. It's part of the John Eck Commando Knife Company legacy, and that means it's built on a tradition of combat blades trusted by American soldiers through multiple wars, and it's an updated fighting and utility knife for today's operators. The blade is made from 1095 Crow Van steel, finished with parkerizing. That combo gives it the strength and edge retention you need while still being easy to sharpen in the field with simple tools. It's a straightforward, soldier-friendly choice. At nearly 7 inches, the clip-point blade has a sharp tip for thrusting and plenty of edge for utility cuts. The guard is a classic S-shape, giving your hand real protection and letting you shift grips depending on the task at hand. The handle itself is glass-filled nylon, textured for grip, and fitted with those traditional X-head fasteners, little details that remind you of its wartime heritage. It rides in a polymer sheath with a retaining strap and multiple tie-down points, so it's versatile in how you carry it. Operators say the Ek5 is about pure function over flash. It's a knife designed to work hard and stay dependable, keeping alive the kind of design that has saved lives in combat for decades. Now here's one that feels like it can handle just about anything, the Grid Backcountry V2. It came together after a lot of feedback from actual users and testing by military and outdoorsmen, so it's not theory, it's proven. The blade is Cryo D2 steel with a titanium nitride coating. That means excellent edge retention, good corrosion resistance, and the toughness to withstand hard chopping or slicing. The geometry is interesting too. It's got both edge and spine recurves, which give it that aggressive look but also a serious cutting bite. At 4.5 inches, the blade strikes a practical balance, big enough to handle demanding work, small enough to stay quick in the hand. The G10 handle has been shaped with chamfering and jimping, so it locks into your grip whether your hands are bare or gloved. Users highlight the sheath just as much as the knife. It's Kydex with the OG Low Pro clip for low-profile carry. That means it stays out of the way until you need it, but still deploys quickly. Overall, the Backcountry V2 is described as a crossover blade, perfectly at home, cutting camp chores one moment, ready for defense the next. It's built to handle every scenario without hesitation. When you prefer a blade that won't try to be everything and fail, this one sticks to its job. The TF24 from Montana Knife Company, it also known as a Task Force 24, brings tactical build in a shape you can actually handle, with a MagnaCut stainless blade and a Cerakote finish that screams durability. It has the build of a tactical blade, but still maintains the compact, agile feel you'd actually want when handling it. The highlight here is the MagnaCut stainless steel blade, coated in Cerakote. MagnaCut has already built its reputation as one of the toughest modern steels available, combining resilience and cutting strength. The blade measures 4 1/8 inches with a drop point profile and is crafted on a full tang foundation for durability. At only 5.73 ounces, it carries lighter than expected, given what it can endure. The handle design deserves just as much credit. G10 scales with heavy texturing make sure your grip stays locked in whether your hands are wet, sweaty, or gloved. Some users with larger hands do point out that it can feel a little short, but overall, ergonomics are thoughtfully done. Multiple grip styles are possible, letting you adjust as tasks demand. The knife ships with a Kydex sheath and Ulticlip for versatile carry setups, plus MKC backs it with a lifetime warranty. The biggest drawback is its price tag, which places it on the premium side. Still, it's often described as cutting with the finesse of a Chris Reeve Sebenza, paired with the kind of toughness expected from a real combat-ready knife. If you want a folder that chops like a small cleaver, this one gives you that bite in a pocket-friendly package. The Cold Steel Spartan borrows the Kukri's curve for real chopping power, and with Andrew Demko's design and AUS-10A steel, it's built to make every slice count. It's a folding knife that chops, slices, and slashes with surprising power. Opening the blade is where the knife really stands out. It uses Demko's patented thumb plate, so you can flip it open like a regular folder, or catch the plate against your pocket's edge during the draw, causing the blade to snap open instantly. The handle is crafted from Cold Steel's durable Griv X, reinforced with steel liners for extra rigidity. Once open, the Tri-Add Lock, Cold Steel's signature locking system, keeps the blade firmly in place with no risk of accidental closure. At 9 ounces, it's heavier than most EDC folders and carries like a serious chunk of steel. Some find it too bulky for discreet everyday use, but for many, that size and boldness is part of the appeal. Selling for under $100, it delivers an impressive mix of strength and cutting performance for the cost. It's rugged, unique, and practical, while also being a conversation piece. Now this one is the Real Steel Evolution folding knife that was released to mark the company's 10-year anniversary, and the attention to detail shows that it's meant as a milestone piece. Its blade is crafted from S35 VN stainless steel, one of the industry's premium options, praised for excellent edge retention and corrosion resistance. Buyers can select either a Tanto or drop point blade design, both made to be reliable. Real Steel clearly intended this knife to reflect their decade of growth and experience. The locking system is one of the features that stands out most. Instead of relying on a single lock, the Evolution integrates a frame lock along with a secondary safety lock and a button release. It might sound excessive, but the purpose is to ensure maximum security during hard use. Some users feel it adds more complexity than needed, while others appreciate having that extra safeguard in demanding situations. The handle combines titanium with G10 inserts, offering both strength and comfort. A glass breaker is built into the butt end of the handle, adding emergency functionality, slim enough to carry comfortably, yet solid enough for demanding tasks. The Evolution balances practicality and premium features. If you want something designed by a veteran who knew what he wanted in the field, this knife is the result, built for hard use with speed and control in mind. The top's missile strike mixes combat-minded design with real-world practicality, all wrapped in 1095 carbon steel. It carries a 6-inch spear point blade, which is narrow enough for effective piercing but broad enough for cutting and utility tasks. The blade strikes a balance between combat and practical use. At a 1/4 inch thick, it feels solid without being overbearing. Despite looking like a heavy-duty fighting knife, it moves with surprising speed and agility, giving the user control whether using it defensively or for everyday jobs. A substantial finger guard keeps your hand protected, while the tan canvas micarta handle ensures a non-slip grip, wet or dry. A forward choil is also integrated, so you can choke up on the blade for precision work when needed. The missile strike comes with a tan Kydex sheath, built to hold the blade tightly and ride securely. This isn't a flashy showpiece, it's meant for functional, tactical use. At around a $285 price range, it represents Macaulay's military experience transformed into steel, built with both combat and utility in mind. When decades of military feedback get funneled into one blade, you get something that feels refined and battle-proven at once. The Spartan Harsey Dagger combines Harsey's experience with MagnaCut steel to make a dagger that's built for real work, not shelf display. Its blade measures 6 inches and is cut from MagnaCut steel, prized for durability, edge retention, and resistance to corrosion. It's built to thrive under harsh and unpredictable conditions. The handle is contoured canvas micarta, shaped for a secure grip regardless of how the blade is held. A full tang design means strength runs from tip to pommel without weak spots. Harsey's time designing knives for special forces shows through in every detail, which is why this dagger is so respected among professional users. Balance is one of its standout traits. Even with its larger blade size, it feels quick and controllable in the hand, giving the user confidence. Its only real drawback is the price. Yeah. But for collectors, military professionals, or anyone who values a combat knife designed with elite-level experience, the Harsey Dagger stands as one of the most capable and respected options available. Now, for serious survival or tactical scenarios, you want a blade that can withstand abuse, and the MKC Redacted is designed exactly for that. Built for series standards: survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. This knife has just under a 5-inch drop point blade with a high saber grind, giving maximum tip durability while still slicing effectively. The full tang and G10 handle make it feel solid and balanced, though under 8 ounces of weight makes it noticeably heavier than most folders. Here, MagnaCut stainless steel provides a mix of edge retention, toughness, and corrosion resistance, keeping it reliable in wet environments. Plus, the Cerakote finish adds extra durability, but over time, heavy abrasion will leave marks. Overall length is just over 10 inches, giving a strong presence for both survival and tactical tasks, though it's a knife that demands respect. It's not a casual carry piece. The Redacted's design is focused and functional, which isn't casual carry. It's purpose-built and made in the USA for operators who need consistent, mission-ready performance when the stakes are high. When you want a pocket knife that leans more towards style and thoughtful design, the Civivi Amaroq fits the bill. Well, yeah, not everyone gonna find it a hard-hitting, practical choice, but it's a cool pick for collectors and anyone who appreciates neat details. Its blade material is Nitro V, a stainless alloy that takes a fine edge and resists rust, and at 59 to 61 HRC, the heat treatment gives it a firm, durable edge that stays sharp through regular use. Overall length sits at just under 7 inches, compact enough to carry comfortably. Now, the blade length is a bit over 2 inches, so it's more of a small utility blade than something for heavy-duty chores. Blade thickness is 0.12 inches, and its overall weight is around 4 ounces, which gives it a solid feel in the hand. Plus, the ergonomic aluminum handle fits the hand well and makes regular tasks comfortable. and the finger ring doubles as a secure hold point while also housing a glass breaker for emergency use. Because it's built more for style and carryability than brute force, it won't replace a full-sized survival blade, but it will be a refined everyday carry with a few useful ones. When missions get messy and you need a blade that stays sharp and steady, then check out the Seal Commander from SOG. Right away, the CPMS 35 VN steel blade impresses. It's sharp out of the box, holds its edge well, and feels tough enough to take serious abuse. Here, the 5.25-inch clip-point blade gives a balance of slicing and piercing ability, which we really like for a tactical setup. One thing we appreciate is the finger choil. It might seem small, but when we choke down, we get precise control that feels reassuring in tricky situations. The micarta handle is firm but comfortable, and we appreciate how it fills the hand without feeling bulky. It's the kind of grip that stays secure even when wet, sweaty, or messy, which is critical for any military or survival use. The knife rides in a Kydex sheath that grips firmly but doesn't make drawing difficult, so it's ready when we are. Well, the handle can feel a bit stiff at first, but it breaks in and molds to your hand over time. And being made in the USA just adds to the confidence. For us, this knife is a tactical companion that's practical and well-balanced in every way. If there's one OTF that just keeps evolving without losing what makes it iconic, it's the Microtech Ultratech Gen 3. This latest version shows that Microtech actually listens to real-world feedback and fine-tunes what matters. The aluminum handle, made from 6.061-T6, feels light but strong, and the new Torx screw construction makes maintenance a little easier, something we appreciate when you actually carry these tools every day. What really stands out are the upgrades. The Crud Cutter, the dual-fuel drivetrain, Cinch and Zero Blade Play. Those aren't just fancy names, they make the mechanism smoother, more responsive, and rock solid when locked. Now the M390MK blade steel delivers that sharp, long-lasting edge we expect from Microtech, and the deployment speed is addictive. There's a crisp authority every time the blade fires out. The built-in glass breaker is a small but welcome touch for anyone who uses this in real emergency situations. We'll admit, it's not the lightest OTF out there, and it can feel a bit mechanical in hand, but that's part of its character. It's built like a precision instrument, and for those who love OTFs, this one's easily a must-see evolution. When a knife is built by someone who's actually been in the field, you can usually tell right away. The CRKT Ramadi, designed by retired Sergeant Major Darren William Sirois, feels exactly like that, practical and dependable. The blade is crafted from SK5 carbon steel, known for its toughness and ability to hold a fine edge through hard use. It does ask for a bit of care though. Carbon steel can rust if left wet. Now the handle is G10, giving you a secure grip. And at 8.5 inches overall length with a bit over 4-inch blade, it strikes that nice middle ground, big enough for serious cutting jobs, but not too bulky to carry comfortably. The plain edge keeps things simple and easy to maintain, perfect for anyone who values a straightforward working edge. It comes with a durable sheath that holds the knife, though it might feel a bit stiff until it breaks in with use. Weighing just under 6 ounces, it's got a confident feel in hand without being heavy on the belt. Overall, we can say the Ramadi doesn't try to impress with flash, it's just a solid knife you can count on when things get rough. When things get rough and you need something you can count on, this one's built for that kind of moment. The Demko 3V FreeReign is a full-tang beast forged from premium CPM3V steel, trusted by military pros and serious survivalists alike. This isn't your weekend in the woods blade, it's designed to take real punishment and keep working when everything else quits. What makes it stand out is the sheath system. You can completely take it apart for cleaning, and that might sound like a small detail, But in muddy, bloody, or sandy environments, keeping your gear clean can be the difference between staying sharp and failing when you need it most. Then there's the handle, rubberized and injection molded with aggressive texturing. Basically, it locks into your hand whether you're in gloves, soaked in rain, or even dealing with less than ideal situations. The flat grind makes cutting efficient, while the drop point shape gives it real piercing power. People often say it feels balanced enough to become an extension of your arm, which explains why it's used for everything from splitting firewood to backing you up in combat. It's not flashy, it's just reliable, and that's exactly why so many professionals keep it close. If you're after a folding knife that doesn't mess around, the Rick Hinderer FireTac has that tactical vibe right into it. Rick Hinderer himself pulled from his own military background to shape this design, and you can tell it wasn't meant for desk drawers. It was made for the field. It has this slim, linear profile that feels natural in the hand without giving up strength. Inside, you get CPM20 CV steel, which means the edge just hangs on and doesn't dull easily, even after hard use. Military operators love how it balances being lightweight but still being built like a tank. Plus, it has a blade that is slightly over 3.5 inches in length with an under 5-inch G10 scale in the handle. The fact that this was Rick's first big folding design, so it carries real heritage, and people say it's comfortable in every grip you try, whether cutting rope or preparing for defense. And here's the kicker: the locking system. So this isn't about flashy looks. It's built purely for function, which is exactly why operators trust it. Some knives get their reputation from hype, others earn it through hard use. The Sniper Bladeworks Mamu is the latter. It was tested and proven on Discovery Channel's Man Woman Wild, not in a marketing office. It's the kind of knife that feels natural in your hand, even when you've been working with it for hours. The blade itself is made of 420 HC stainless with a black PVD coat, so no shiny reflections and plenty of rust resistance in tough environments. But here's a neat twist. The G10 handle scales have a bow drill socket built in. When modern fire starting fails, you can go primitive and still get a fire going. That kind of detail shows it's more than a weapon, it's a survival tool. With around 5.5-inch blade and flat grind, it balances strength and efficiency for tasks from slicing rope to prepping food. Here, the sheath is versatile too, letting you carry it in multiple ways. Soldiers and outdoorsmen like how it adapts to different setups. Overall, the Mamu is about rugged reliability and smart touches that make life easier when things get rough. Now, if you like your knives big enough to scare off a problem before it even starts, then check out the Cold Steel Recon 1 XL. This folding knife gives you serious cutting power wherever you go. With a massive 5.5-inch blade made from CTS-XHP steel, it's earned a spot among soldiers and law enforcement who want raw cutting power at hand. The lock is where it really shines. Cold Steel's Triad lock is widely regarded as one of the strongest around, so even with that big blade, you know it won't fold up on you mid-task. The steel holds its edge, shrugs off abuse, and tackles jobs that could ruin lesser knives. Well, its sheer size may make it overkill, but it bridges the gap between folder and fixed blade. You get portability and convenience, but also the confidence of a larger tool. The G10 handle grips tight in sweaty, muddy, or gloved hands, and talking about the weight, instead of being a downside, it actually helps the knife cut deeper with less effort. Plus, the dual thumb stud openers provide smooth, reliable performance every time. Users love that it's more than a big showpiece. It's a capable workhorse. In high-stress scenarios, that extra durability and power is exactly what you want. Here's one that feels like pure American grit, the Zero Tolerance 6. Think of it as the modern evolution of a battle-ready bayonet, tuned up for today's survival and combat use. Inspired by the old ZT-9 bayonet, it's been refined for modern survival and combat use. Right away, you'll notice the CPM-3V steel, a tool steel known for resisting chips and holding toughness even in brutal conditions. The full tang with a steel guard makes it a tank of a knife, while the Cerakote finish adds corrosion resistance without compromising performance. With a 6-inch blade, it strikes that sweet spot, not too long to handle, but big enough to chop, slice, and pierce effectively. The OD Green G10 handle isn't just for looks. It's textured and shaped to stay secure whether your hands are slick, bloody, or gloved. At 10 and 3 ounces, it's not a featherweight, but that weight works in its favor, giving extra chopping force when needed. Here, the sheath deserves mention too. Kydex with a retention strap, built for rough carry without coming loose. Military people appreciate how it handles real abuse, from survival tasks to direct field work. At its core, the 6 is a survival-first knife that doesn't quit, making it the blade you reach for when the odds are stacked against you. So, that was our video on the 30 reliable military tactical knives for survival and self-defense. Let us know your favorite pick in the comment section, as we'd love to hear from you. And, as for everything else, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.